So yeah, so I posted this on my X today, and so I wanted to show you. And it's kind of going back to my kind of continuous analysis on TRVL. Oh, this is me. So I've kind of been in the Alps. Yep, I'm wearing my Dtravel outfit. My gear, Dtravel, never comes off. Okay, so this is quite interesting. So I posted this today, only 6 hours ago, and it gives you some stats of the Dtravel growth. And so this is quite interesting. Total on chain. So I can actually pull up the link. So maybe I should just do that. I posted this on my X. But let me actually get the link, and let's have a look at it together. 1 second, let me just find it first. I have to go into my Telegram. Have a look at that. And if you want to have a look, I'm just going to paste it here for you. If you want to have a look on your own time. So these are the Dtravel network analytics, and I think it's really interesting because it gives us quite a lot of information about the month-on-month and the year-on-year growth of our network, because we are a DPN, and so we have a physical network that we're growing, as well as our virtual network, our digital network. We have kind of multiple networks that are growing at the same time, as well as our traveler network. We have a kind of a combination of multiple networks that are kind of intertwined together, and this is kind of key to our growth, which is the physical network. And so here, this is the growth of the on-chain listings, and you can see, so going all the way back through to 2023, the beginning of 2023, thereabouts, March, you can see where this begins. It starts at 382. Now my listing, I mean, it was way before that. It was like June 2022. Yeah, so I was one of the first few listings, and my on-chain transaction, I was number one, wasn't I? So my on-chain booking, I was literally number one here. But for some reason they've started in March, and my booking was in June or July. No, it was August 2022. So obviously they've started a little bit. That's fine. It doesn't really matter, does it? But it's looking quite good. So you start at 382, and on-chain listings, look at this big. We're now at 3,828. Yeah. I don't know what to make of this. I can't really analyze this. I don't know if it's exponential or not. At the moment, it's kind of, there's a little bit of a kind of spike here, but I think as time progresses, we'll know. So it's quite good to keep on having a look at this. And this is the sign up. So we've had quite a lot of sign ups in July and August. You see that? So we have a bunch. It kind of went from slightly above 4,000 to now above 8,000. So almost double the amount of sign ups. So from July through until now, or the end of October, we've doubled our operator sign-ups from 4K to 8K. So that's like a significant jump, and I think that correlates to the jump in the listings here. You see that? So we went from 2,380 to somewhere close to 4,000. Hi RH, how's it going? Nice to see you. And then this is quite interesting too. So this is the cumulative dollar value. I think this is the transaction value or the booking value, right? So up till date, we've had a transacted value in terms of bookings, in terms of real world value, of $835,000 and $835,463. And so what's interesting about this value is that the percentage that Dtravel takes will be used to buy back TRVL. This is real world value that's going to buy back TRVL. And so this is, for me, this is actually really interesting because I'm seeing a really nice growth curve here. And I don't know how far or how exponential this is going to get in the future. This is quarterly, basically the same chart, but it's quarterly. Here it looks like it's slowing down a little bit, but I mean, it's hard to tell, isn't it? Because this is all quite new. And we're now starting to see some real significant increase in growth. What's this here? Yeah, this is basically a summary. Look, so 105 countries. So we probably have about 65 countries left for it to be the whole world. And then we got 886 cities. We can't see the growth of these. Can I click on that? Will that help? No, it does nothing. Okay. This is the total room nights booked. So to date, we've had 6,521 room nights booked. And these are the on-chain bookings. So we've actually crossed 1,000 on-chain bookings. And so if you think that my on-chain booking was number one, was numero uno, the first on-chain booking. If you don't know, I was number one. Dtravel, Mir Sajadi. Let me see if I can find the article for you. Here it is. August 5, 2022. You can have a look at that. No, RH is saying, is it cold? No, man, it's really nice and warm in Chamonix. It's so good. The weather's so good. So you can have a look at that article. You can see this was our first on-chain booking. Yeah, so this is the first one we did. I did this. See, look. The firm's first booking was conducted for a London apartment owner named me, Miss Jodie. And if you imagine that was our first on-chain booking, so since then, we've actually achieved 1,008 on-chain bookings. This is a real kind of revolution for what we're actually trying to do and what we're achieving in Web3 and in this industry of taking all of the short-term vacation rentals, taking the whole lot on-chain. So all of the data is on-chain, and this is peer-to-peer transactions. So whether people pay with their credit cards using Stripe, which is a payment gateway, or whether they use crypto, they could use USDT or something, or TRVL or another crypto, depending what they accept. All of these transactions are being processed and being recorded on the blockchain. So I think there's a lot of interesting information here. So I don't know if people realize how, like when I looked at this for the first time today, I was like, I don't think people are bullish enough on what this will become or can become in the future, you know? And this is the beginning. Like, I really think this is the beginning. If you think that we're only at how many listings? 3,800 listings. And we've already, cumulatively, we've already achieved $835,000 worth of transactions. So you can imagine if that was 100x at 300,000 listings or 400,000 listings, and this was 100x too. And so if that was 100x, we'd be looking at $100 million here, wouldn't we? And then if you can imagine that value is now being used to buy back TRVL, not all of it, obviously, but the percentage. And that doesn't include everything else that's coming, such as the staking, etc., etc., all of the tokenomics that's being implemented. And that doesn't include anything to do with the Knight protocol, which is an innovation which has the potential to revolutionize the way different aspects of the industry share data. I think this is really interesting. I'm not telling people to buy TRVL, but I think you should do your own research and maybe pick up some for the long haul, for the long term. Yeah, just pick up some, just throw it away in some wallet and don't look at it for another 5 years and then come back and see what happens. That's kind of what I think about this project, you know. It's not going to do any harm. So anyway, let's just go back to the charts, because obviously I'm not here to shield something. I'm here to look at the charts. I I think what's happening is that Bitcoin is trying to make a higher low and everything is in response. So, you know, when you look at my list of tokens, you see everything's kind of up, down, down, up, down, down, up. I think we're getting a bit of a pullback on a lot of tokens. When I look at TRVL, we're getting a little bit of a pullback. And I have been talking about a pullback. You know, I haven't not been talking about a pullback. And so I think it's really important that people realize that I'm just trying to be honest with what I see in the charts. And I'm not telling people to buy or sell. I'm just giving you the information of what I see, and then people can make their own decisions about what they want to do. Do you want to trade it? Do you want to sell a little bit, take profit? Do you want to sell and buy back? I don't know. It's not my decision. Everyone makes their own minds up about that. The one thing that I noticed though, which I kind of wanted to reiterate, is the volume. Yeah, so the volume is dropped. This is on Bybit. This is on the combined chart, and you can clearly see the volumes drop. Now, I don't really understand what that means, really. Like, generally speaking, as the price goes up and the volume is going down, that's actually quite bearish. So I do want to see an increase in volume as the price goes up. And if I don't see that, I'm going to think that, okay, we do need to see an increase in volume. Otherwise, increase in price is not healthy. Yeah. Low volume increases in price is just not healthy. It has to be increasing volume, increasing prices. That being said, I am also seeing consolidation. It's a different kind of consolidation, because I did talk about potentially having some kind of 5-wave impulsive move here. Where did I mark it out? Not there. There. So I was kind of talking about potentially some kind of impulsive move here. And this whole thing was consolidation. So you had your initial volume come in, which is just people buying in. And now we're getting, now in consolidation, the volume can drop. So when you have consolidation, you generally have a drop in volume. Usually with consolidation, you have a drop in price, a decrease in prices and decrease in volume, like that. You form a flag until you get a breakout with increasing. Well, usually that's what happens. This is very different. It's almost like the price has gone up and the volume's dropped. And I think the reason why is because it's very illiquid. And the reason I think the volume has dropped is because we are consolidating. Yeah. So I don't think the price is trying to go up. I think actually the price is just trying to consolidate. And that's probably why the volume has dropped. Okay. So that's kind of, I'm just giving an explanation of what I think is happening with the price. All right. But nothing's really changed when you look at the price action. I mean, you could argue it's a little bit bearish because we're getting a little bit of reversal here. And when you look at like TRVL against Bitcoin, I'm using this chart, I'm using multiple charts. You could argue that it's just trying to form a lower, some kind of higher low here, which is what I kind of drew out a few days ago, and it has come down a little bit, not much. But I think it's just kind of following Bitcoin a little bit. And Bitcoin is pulling back, TRVL is pulling back. Here, this looks quite bearish. Let's look at a little bit of a price gone up, hits the daily level, rejects. This is quite bearish. It's slightly increasing in volume. So potentially we could head down to find liquidity and come right back up. At the moment, there is a little bit of a change in the structure, a little bit. I can see it just as I'm looking at it now. You see here, you've got lots of these wicks, higher wicks, higher wicks, higher wicks, higher wicks. It goes up. And now we get a nice kind of solid close down, and then a little bit, this is a little bit of a change here, a little bit of a change. So potentially there is a little bit of a change here. But generally speaking, when I look at the monthly time frame candle, for example, look here, we closed higher than the previous month high. I think that's a bullish candle close. For me, that's really bullish. And for me also, when I look at this, this is a kind of we're starting to form a reversal structure here, reversal pattern. I think you get another white candle, green candle here, then you've got a really nice reversal pattern here on the monthly time frame. So I'm not too phased by a little pullback. And we've had it every month here, haven't we? We've not really had, it's the only, like, I mean, when you look at the price going up, it's rare that you get a candle where it just gets bought up. We did here last year in February and March. We just had market buys from candle close to straight up. But previously, you can see we're in a much stronger position because you know, we've gone up 2 months in a row now. We've gone up September, October, whereas here September was a red and then October was up. Here you see November it went up and then it went right back to the lows. So we had a red November last year. I think we're in a much stronger position here. And especially if you think about everything that we've built and all of the stats that I've shared, and the fact that we're only from November, from the beginning of November last year to where we are now, that was only 18% lower than where we are now in terms of price. I think, honestly, I think you just buy now, it's a real bargain. Honestly, that's what I think. But it doesn't mean that we can't get a pullback. And so like I was saying to people, I think if we do get a pullback all the way to 3.1, 3.2 cents, I think that would be perfectly acceptable. I don't think it would be bearish to get a pullback. Which gives people an opportunity to buy at some kind of high volume nodes here. And then what you want to see is continuation. You want to see an impulsive continuation. So whatever happens, we have our wave one. We want to see a corrective pattern here. And then we want to see another impulse. That will be the wave one of wave three, the next wave, basically. All right. So that's kind of what we're looking for on TRVL. And I think based on the data that I've shared, I think most people are probably really bullish. Okay, so I am. Let's just have a look at these other kind of charts. This is against Airbnb again. TRVL against Airbnb. Let's see if there's anything interesting here. So you can see that we've come into the value area high, and we're just getting a little bit of a pullback here against Airbnb. Let's have a look at the monthly time frame candles. More bullish against USDT, huh? Just because it closed lower. But anyway, we have to see how these this is against the crypto market cap, others. Just hide all this data. See, that's really nice bullish candle, and there's a little bit of a green continuation here. So it's actually more bullish against the rest of the other cryptos in comparison, in terms of the way the price, TRVL's price is dropping less compared to the other crypto tokens on average. Let's have a look at this one. This is against Fetch. So actually, look, according to this, it's actually better to be in TRVL than Fetch. According to this, at the moment it is. Look, it's looking really nice. This is against Cake. Looking really bullish against Cake. And against Slurf, we had a really bullish month last month against Slurf. Getting a little bit of a pullback now. So generally speaking, to me at the moment, the tokens that I'm following, TRVL is looking much better. This is against ETH. It's starting to look really good against all of these tokens. And obviously the only one which is slightly lagging is Bitcoin. And I think that's partly because Bitcoin, people have this anticipation that Bitcoin's about to run. And so therefore, obviously, that's something to bear in mind. All right, what else have I got to look at?